The game is to dish it out and not take it. And then when your career is over, take your money. These people don't give a f about these people don't give a f about us.
Oh man, you know how I get. They love you and then they hate you.
See me, they don't like me because I'm a straight shooter, and I was able to become my own boss.
Floyd Mayweather has shared his thoughts on why he believes Gervonta Davis' career is coming to an end. He also revealed that he had previously warned Davis about the harsh realities of boxing. Additionally, Mayweather stressed the importance of fighters preparing for life after the sport.
Turn. The name of the game is boxing. The name of the game is not slugging, because when the fight game is over, when boxing is all over, and you hang it up like me, you still want to be able to have your faculties. You still want to be able to have your brain. That's more important than anything. The money. Your health is more important than anything. The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. And I was the best at doing it, and I'm going to continue to teach these young fighters. The name of the game is to...
Gervonta Davis has frequently faced challenges outside the ring, including legal issues and personal conflicts. Throughout his career, he has been involved in multiple legal battles and high-profile incidents that have drawn attention away from his boxing achievements. Additionally, Davis has had disagreements with key figures in the sport, including Floyd Mayweather. His controversies and public disputes have often overshadowed his talent, leading many to question his discipline and long-term success in the sport.
Recently, Tank Davis decided to upload this on his Instagram. Not sure what's wrong with Tank Davis. I don't know what legal issues he's having because he has a hearing close. I'm not sure when the date is, but him and Floyd Mayweather have always had this weird relationship where sometimes Tank doesn't seem to be in good terms, and then sometimes they are in good terms. The energy is off. Let me know what you guys think that post means, what he's going through. I hope he's doing good, because we want him to fight, and we want him to fight really good opposition. So let me know what you guys think. What's going on with Tank?
Gervonta Davis' decision to leave Floyd Mayweather's promotion was one of the most talked about moves of his career. While gaining independence may have seemed like a strategic choice, many believe that Mayweather's experience and guidance could have provided valuable direction. As a boxing legend, Mayweather had a deep understanding of both the sport and its business side, having successfly built his own empire.
You know, so I don't want Tank to necessarily leave Mayweather. I think he's in this position because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have done for him. So I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your career. Say that you want Shakur and actually fight Shakur. Say that you want Devin and actually fight Devin. You know, fight these guys. Don't keep making new names. Like, you gave Barrios a chance. You gave Isaac a chance. Like, you know, Gamboa. Like, those aren't the fights that...
In 2024, Devin Davis reached new milestones in his career. His performances in the ring thrilled fans, propelling his popularity to new heights. He established himself as one of the most dominant fighters in his division, maintaining an unbeaten record that reinforced his status as a top-tier boxer. With strong pay-per-view numbers and undeniable star power, Davis became a major force in the sport.
So, as of 2024, the brand of Tank Davis is one of the most commercially and financially successful ones in all of boxing, standing shoulder to shoulder with Saul Canelo Alvarez. It's so successful, in fact, that a lot of people say that Tank's popularity outranks his actual achievements, pointing to several different instances where it seemed like Tank was avoiding the best competition in his weight class and getting preferential treatment based on who he is and who he's associated with.
Despite his success, Davis has faced criticism from some boxing analysts and fans. Some argue that he is overrated, particularly among casual viewers who may not fully appreciate the technical side of the sport. While his knockout power and flashy style have earned admiration, skeptics point out that he has not consistently faced the toughest competition in his division. Many believe that while his record looks impressive on paper, it lacks true tests against elite opponents, making his dominance appear less definitive.
He's still on the air? He said Tank is...
Hey, yo, they did Max Kellerman dirty for real, but go ahead, bro.
He said Tank is overrated by people that don't know boxing, and he's underrated by people that do know boxing. And what he
That's buzz.
What he meant by that
That's buzz. I agree with that.
What he meant by that is that if you don't know boxing, you don't know who's Tank.
A major criticism surrounding Davis is the quality of his opponents. Analysts suggest that his team has strategically selected matchups that favor him, steering clear of the most dangerous challengers. While this approach is common in boxing to maintain a fighter's marketability, it has raised doubts about whether Davis is truly being tested at the highest level. Fans have been eager to see him face tougher competition, but many believe his resume still lacks defining victories against the division's best fighters.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is one of the most overrated fighters in the sport of boxing right now, and not because of his skills, but because of his resume, and resume does matter. In my opinion, he's a victim of what I call Terrence Crawford syndrome, where you have a really bad promoter who only wants you to fight in promotion fighters who you know that they can 100% beat. If Tank Davis wants to be great, he's going to have to fight one of the other champions in the two divisions that he fights in, 135 pounds and 140 pounds. I'm going to list off all the champions in those divisions and tell you if I think he can beat them or not. So first we got the only other full champion in 135 pounds, Shakur Stevenson. If they fought, I think Tank has a good chance of maybe knocking him out in the later rounds. But if I had to bet my house on it, I would say Shakur Stevenson would beat him in a close decision, and it would end up probably being a boring fight. But I think Shakur has the skills to beat Tank Davis over a long 12-round fight. Now we have Subriel Matias, who's a scary Terminator-like fighter who gives up the early rounds to come on later and drown you in those later rounds. But he's very stiff, and he doesn't have very good footwork at all. I think Tank Davis will probably, box his face off for most of the 12 rounds. There might be some trouble in the late rounds. But if Tank can stay out of trouble, I think this is one of the few champions that he would beat, but I don't think he would fight him.
Gervonta Davis faced heavy criticism after his fight against Lamont Roach for not securing a knockout. Roach had moved up in weight to challenge Davis, leading many to expect a dominant performance from Tank. However, Roach's ability to go the distance and make the fight competitive raised questions about Davis' performance. Critics argued that a truly elite fighter should have been able to stop a smaller opponent, with some believing this fight exposed certain weaknesses in Davis' skill set.
For me, Tank Davis fighting a minus 1600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction.
Ryan Garcia, a fellow lightweight star, shared his thoughts on Gervonta Davis' controversial ninth-round moment against Lamont Roach. Garcia argued that Davis taking a knee should have been ruled a knockdown under boxing rules. His comments added to the ongoing debate over the fight's officiating and whether Davis received a favorable ruling. This incident further fueled calls for a rematch, as many believe the outcome was influenced by questionable judgment calls.
The knockdown with Tank.
That was a knockdown, without a doubt. You can't spin it no other way. It's too clear. And I think the commission needs to do something about it because it can give me an incentive, anytime I'm not feeling good in a fight, take a knee.
Well, they said
and that's not a shot at Tank. I respect Tank and I like Tank a lot. But you can't do that shit.
They reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're going to do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
Following his fight against Lamont Roach, many fans began to question whether Gervonta Davis is as skilled as he is often portrayed. Seeing a lesser-known fighter challenge him raised concerns about his readiness and ability to compete against top-tier opponents. Fans expected a dominant performance, but instead, they witnessed a competitive bout that highlighted potential weaknesses in Davis' game.
Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach goes to a majority decision draw, with Tank retaining his WBA lightweight title. Now, I did not score this fight a draw. I had it 7-5 to Lamont Roach. I thought he had the ring generalship and effective pressure. He was landing the jab and effective combinations. Tank, as usual, had a very low output, and he was relying on one big shot. I gave Roach the first 3 rounds, Tank the next 3 rounds, and then Roach 4 the last 6 rounds to win the fight. Not to mention, Tank did take a knee in the middle of the fight. By rule, that should have been considered a knockdown. Yes, it was to get his mouthpiece, and that's why they didn't rule it a knockdown. But anytime a fighter takes a knee, that's a knockdown. And that would have given Roach 1 more point to win the fight. Now, I'm sure they'll run it back. Lamont Roach absolutely deserves a rematch. He just had the fight of his life. He wasn't scared to go toe-to-toe with Tank. Landing his combinations, the bigger counters, and the more effective shots. He definitely deserves a second payday. Now, in the co-main event, Gary Antoine Russell put on an amazing performance. I think he won 11 or 12 rounds against Raya Valenzuela. Great hand speed, good combinations, masterclass to win the WBA title. And then in the featured bout, Alberto Puello beat Sandor Martin to retain his WBC title. He landed the cleaner left hands, definitely won the last 2 to 3 rounds to edge the fight. But overall, good card. I do think Roach won the fight though.
During his fight against Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis was seen shouting at his coach, Calvin Ford, in the corner. As Ford attempted to wipe sweat from Davis' face and give instructions, Davis interrupted, saying, "You got to stop and listen to me." This exchange raised concerns about Davis' mindset and his ability to take direction from his corner.
That was a good round. You got me? Turn up now. I want all 3 of these.
Abner, let's take a look at what we thought was taking a knee.
And I thought it was.
The blinding jab.
Blinding jab.
Yeah, what's wrong?
The ref, something's wrong. He took a knee.
That's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. You cannot take. Yeah.
What?
Ford has been instrumental in Davis' career, making this moment a sign of possible tension. A strong boxer-coach relationship is crucial for success.
Well-being as well as your boxing progress, who you have been invested with from the outset. Tank has been with Coach Calvin Ford since he was, I think 8 or 9, which is crazy. And the relationship that those two have is an enormous factor. Tank trusts Coach Calvin to give him the right advice, and that has been proven to be a good position, a good place to put your trust, because as of yet, he hasn't given any bad advice. He's very calm in the corner. He knows when to tell Tank to turn it up. He gives him understandable advice, and he gives him very simple advice in the corner. At the gym, he obviously works him hard. He gets the best out of him, and I think that's the kind of thing that you can't you can't oversell the value of that. Bomac for Crawford is an example of this.
If Davis continues to ignore his team's advice, it could hurt his future performances.
My journey's crazy. That's why I said there, yo, you can't write this, man. You cannot write this. My experience being gone, and all the stuff that I went through, preparing me for where I'm at today. That Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do to take us the rest of the way. And this is his take us the rest of the way fight.
The pressure of fame and constant public scrutiny has taken a toll on Gervonta Davis. He has shown signs of frustration, becoming more outspoken and intense in recent months. Davis has repeatedly expressed a desire to step away from boxing, emphasizing the need for time to relax and focus on his mental well-being, possibly through therapy.
Are you retiring?
With trash.
What changed? What made you?
This shit is trash, garbage. I don't care about belts and I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about none of that. That's why I don't want boxing no more.
Then you start listening to love for boxing. What happened?
I want to do therapy, right? It would lose the fire that I have inside me.
I'm the reason he got signed to TNT.
That's a true story.
Explain that. Why? How did that happen?
Story.
I brought him to the gym with an AB shirt on.
Ooh, true story.
But I didn't have everything right yet. Everything wasn't moving yet. I was a little slow on my feet. So I gave him the floor. Every time we bring it up, Floyd like, "Thank you, AB. You gave me a good one."
And I just want to say thank you to Adrian Broner, because Adrian Broner brought Tank back to me. I met him when he was a kid, but then Adrian Broner, I want to say thank you to Adrian, because Adrian is the one that brought Tank to me.
I respect him, and I won't say I respect him. I appreciate him. I appreciate him for what he done, because he did, he did help me out. He definitely helped me out, but it was more so like, he would say that he gave me money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood, and I'm gonna be back asking you for money. Nah, why would I do that? I give her a couple dollars. I take some, whatever. Whenever you need some money, you feel me? But when I was legit to be able to get out the hood, that's what I did.
Like, I had to learn that coming up, that like a motherfucker will put you in a position to always need him. And like to the world, it might look like that's a great person. But like to somebody to understand, you understand like what Kendrick Lamar say? Nah, that's a master manipulator. Like, cause if I gotta put you in a position that always need me, you always gotta, I'm gonna just give you crumbs. And we hear it a lot. Like if I'm a billionaire, if I'm a millionaire, nigga, what's $1,000? You know what I'm trying to say? But to you who don't have it, is a lot. And I know you gonna go to war for that $1,000. So me understanding that $48 of plot power, I'ma always feed you a little bit so you can be excited and do just enough to come back around.
But I ain't really it's put me in a position to be able to, you know, make my own thing. And I don't want to say no name, but they wind up catching it. The people that's over top of me, I mean, like, I was signed to him, and Floyd signed to him. So the person that, he said, okay, cool, I see what's going on. That's when he started taking over my career. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. You don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you. You don't never.
This way, next in line. Is there like a
last question, guys?
Is there like a love-hate for like fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he because I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around there and love you again. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really trying to be in this too much longer. That's the answer right there for you.
How old are you now? 28?
28.
Yeah. How much longer are you expecting to do it?
Once I get them guys out of there, I'm gone.
Is that right? Let's say like 30-ish, something like that? Why do you want to get out so soon?
I want to just help people that's coming behind me. I feel as though that's more important. Future.
Is that why you got Lamont Peterson and Anthony on this card?
They was before me, but they're trying to do my good deeds. I feel as though it's something that's installed in me. There's loyalty. I feel as though that's something that people are missing out here. I feel as though if you're in a position to help somebody,